Well, it's quiet and peaceful here. It might seem surprising that this is Ukraine. Um, this is the western portion. I don't want to keep saying the city. I'm very reluctant to give any information to the enemy because they seem to be using everything. I was taught by the cops the first week of the war because I was taking pictures out on the street. They didn't like that. I'd love to show you how they're keeping the city, this city particularly, in particular, safe and secure, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, they don't need, enemy doesn't need to see that. They're certainly keeping an eye on all of that, and they're good at cyber investigating and stuff. So I want to appeal to all the believers that are following me, anyone that believes in prayer, to pray for Ukraine. I know a lot of you are, but maybe you don't know exactly what to pray about. It's hard for you to know unless you're here. I hate to sound like a martyr, but it really is true. We see the refugees coming through here, still shaking, crying at times. So grateful to be out of hell, because this does seem a little bit like heaven here. Thank God we haven't been bombed for a week. But we still get the daily sirens and alerts on our phone. But the eastern portion of Ukraine, as you know, if you're watching any of the news, is being pummeled to the ground. And many believe that Putin sees it as a roadway between Crimea and Donbass, and that's why he wants to clear it. I don't know. Just merciless in bombardments day and night. These people are crying out for help. The cruelty that and the atrocities going on there and in other eastern cities is something we haven't seen since Nazi Germany, and people are comparing it to that. He will go down in infamy with Hitler's name. But in Mariupol especially, they're living underground in dark, dank cellars like rats. They are coming out at the risk of their lives to try and get water from puddles like dogs, risking their life every time they come out to try and cook a little bit of food as quickly as possible. They're eating and drinking less in order to lessen their exposure to the shelling, the bombardments, and the soldiers. The soldiers they're disgusting. You've seen the videos. I don't need to tell you that they're shooting civilians. They're raiding the villages. I won't mention what they're doing with some of the people. I think your imaginations can figure that out. That is going on as well. Women and teenage girls. My pastor this morning was preaching on us giving glory to God, that Ukraine should give glory to God. And it's something that's actually been bothering me for a week now. I hear and I see a lot of Slava Ukraini, glory to Ukraine, Herodium Slava, glory to the heroes, but not so much glory to God, Slava Boa. So we need to pray about that. That God would have the glory here, that God would help the little David to beat this giant Goliath back. Because right now the siege looks like it might go on for a very long time. That God would continue to provide the soldiers with the supplies, food and water, the military supplies, the strength, the courage, the determination, and the power from above to defeat this terrible, terrible enemy, and to hold on to Kharkiv and Kiev especially. They want the capital. If they get the capital, we're in trouble because we'll all be speaking Russian then. Um, so just pray for those cities. God's mercy for those besieged cities, those people. Pray for our drivers. Our drivers aren't the only ones. There are many that are risking their lives, and the gas stations are really being generous in filling up their tanks. If they know that they're going in to rescue evacuees, they will let them fill their tanks because normally only the military would be allowed to do that. So pray for our drivers that they get home safely. The side roads are being mined now because the Russians figured this out, that the people are escaping that way. Places like Mariupol and Sumy and Zhytomyr and Chernihiv, they're shooting civilians that try to escape, like unarmed civilians. It's unbelievable the things that we hear and see. And we're in an age where you can see it. Satellite images, you can see the drones with live images of murders and bombings of maternity hospitals. So pray for all of us. It is difficult. We try not to complain here because it is almost peaceful here. But it's so stressful. I mean, um, people here, they say day 20 whatever of the war. It's 25, 26. Nobody cares here. Our mantra is make it stop. Make it stop. It's horrible to live like this. It's very stressful and, of course, forever traumatizing to the people who've actually had bombs on their head and had their homes and packed up their belongings in one suitcase and run for their lives. Poland cannot host all of these refugees for extended period of time. We either need to open more international doors or close the skies. Close the skies. That would help. We're being bombarded and huge casualties from above. So we need God to do something about that. If it's His will, pray His will and His mercy, and that just pray that we can this can end soon.